Diagnosis, the question that goes through my head is now not why, but rather why not. When I started feeling more up to par, I contacted the Looking Forward program. They do a fundraiser fashion show at my hospital every year that helps underserved populations diagnosed with cancer. This year, I am proud to say that I am not only the model liaison for this fundraiser, but I'm also on the board. In keeping with stepping outside of my box this year, I am also in the process of training for my first triathlon. Since diagnosis, my goal is to challenge myself more and do things I never thought I'd be doing. Why not? I think we as a cancer community need to continue to pay attention to how the monies and runs and fundraisers are allotted. I read a study published from the New York Times in February of this year by the Interagency Breast Cancer and Environmental Research Committee. It examined the Breast Cancer and Environmental Research Act passed by Congress in 2008 and spoke about the overlapping of environmental research along with the fact that the environmental causes of the disease have not been a priority. As a nurse, I believe that we really need to look a lot more closely to certain chemicals, such as endocrine disruptors, which have been proven to be found in plastic throughout the U.S. Lastly, I must point out that the support and the love that I receive from my friends, parents, and my awesome husband, Ben, has been incredible. Ideally, my wish for every cancer survivor would be that they could have such a strong and faithful support system as I have had. A fellow breast cancer survivor sister of mine sent me an article a couple months ago written by a teenage boy who had cancer 7 times. He mentioned that he would constantly get frustrated when people would reply, "Everything happens for a reason." Rather, as he put it, things happen and then you find a reason. This has now become my mantra. Since diagnosis, I was very open about my experience. It's how I coped. Shortly thereafter, I found out that my story reached a friend of a friend who subsequently went home and did a self-breast exam. She felt a lump and it ended up being cancer as well. At that point, I realized that if my story could reach one, it could reach many. From there on, I made it my job to keep sharing my experience. And thankfully, God gave me a big mouth. If you talk to anyone who knows me, they would be sure to tell you that at one point or another, I have asked them to promise to feel them. I found myself asking this of people so much so that I decided to develop a website and product that will embrace this idea while also incorporating a rock star sense of empowerment and encourage prevention and the sharing of the human experience. I am in the early stages of the idea, but plan on rolling it out in the next few months in hopes that it acts as a catalyst for women to actually go home, feel them, and then pay it forward. I aim to get promisetofeelem.com up and working very shortly.